Hello everyone, I'm Dudu. There are only 0 times and countless times when a man cheats. Although the words are a bit absolute, it is a cruel reality. Faced with a man who has cheated, women always think that a prodigal son who returns to his wife is worth more than gold. But for men, a man who has cheated eventually chooses to give up cheating, not because he has become a good prodigal son, but because the conditions are not met. He has no money, no opportunities, no physical strength and energy, or simply because the cost is too high and he is tired of it. So for men, once they have an extramarital affair, it is difficult to quit. 1. Physiological freshness and excitement, difficult to extricate oneself. Writer Junichi Watanabe has such a saying that describes men's psychology. Men are like explorers, always have a strong desire for unknown women, and they are always driven by freshness. The freshness and excitement of extramarital affairs will give them great physiological satisfaction. Because of physical pleasure and satisfaction, they will get deeper into extramarital affairs and find it difficult to extricate themselves. The middle-aged man Lao Zeng said very bluntly, sex is addictive. Every time Lao Zeng cheated, it was to seek physical satisfaction. Lao Zeng and his first lover had been together for 5 years. The other party was 10 years older than him. She was a middle-aged divorced woman who was still charming and lonely. The two were very happy when they were together, but later the woman entered menopause and no longer had such strong needs, so Lao Zeng slowly broke up with the other party. Then Lao Zeng started cheating again. His criteria for choosing a partner were very simple: no trouble under the bed and very open in bed. As for who the other party was, whether she was young or beautiful, he had no obsession. As for his wife, Lao Zeng was completely dealing with it when handing in homework. Lao Zeng's wife was a typical good wife and mother, relatively traditional and conservative. She also spent most of her time and energy on the family and children. She didn't have much desire to explore the things between husband and wife. This made Lao Zeng more obsessed with finding freshness and excitement outside of marriage. Relevant marriage and love surveys have proved that the causes of cheating between men and women are generally different. Most men are full of food, while most women are not full. Men's being full and bored is actually essentially due to their physiological greed for novelty and excitement. It's just that the abundance of material and conditions makes this greed more possible. 2. The psychological desire to compensate for emotional loss is difficult to give up. Lao Qi is a typical honest man, diligent, capable, and family-oriented. For many years, he has always regarded his wife and daughter as his life. But such an honest man cheated at the age of 50, and he made up his mind that if the affair was exposed and his wife wanted to divorce, he would definitely agree. Lao Chen said that after 30 years of marriage, he really didn't feel a trace of family warmth from his wife. The two people were arranged by their parents and the matchmaker. When they got married, Lao Chen's wife was not very willing, because in terms of appearance and family background, Lao Chen had a big gap with his wife. So after 30 years of marriage in front of Lao Chen, his wife has always been very arrogant and strong. Lao Chen has to listen to his wife about everything at home, from buying a house and a car to his daughter's education to the trilitis of firewood, rice, oil, salt, and other trivial matters. If there is anything that is not satisfactory, Lao Chen's wife will scold him without thinking. As time goes by, Lao Chen's last bit of emotion and patience is gone, and he can get together with a female colleague. Regarding his two relationships in undoubted marriage, Lao Chen concluded, "My wife is not bad by nature, and her heart is actually quite good, but we are really not suitable. After 30 years of repressed life, I am really too tired. The woman outside and I have the same suffering, and we have never felt the warmth of family, so we snuggled up to each other for warmth, and for the first time I felt the joy of being cared for and understood by others." The psychology book, Seeing the Value of Emotions, wrote, "Emotions are worth 1,000 gold. Only by catching each other's emotions can we hold each other's hearts. Everyone has the need to be needed. A woman's recognition, admiration, and touching can satisfy man's self-esteem and make it difficult for him to withdraw. Love in the time of cholera says the duty of marriage is not to love each other for a long time, but to overcome each other's boredom. Regardless of the reason for cheating, it is essentially an escape from marital problems. If you don't love anymore, let go first and then find true love. If love is still there, don't use cheating to escape casually. Face the problems of life directly, and we can get real happiness.